Most people are stuck in a loop of trying harder, doing more, waking up earlier, staying up later, hustling, grinding and chasing. And somehow they feel like success is slipping through their fingers. But the truth that no one tells you is that trying is the problem. The people who seem to succeed at everything aren't trying harder than you. In fact, it often looks like they're doing less. But they operate from a different state of being, one where success is assumed, not earned, where effort is replaced by alignment, and where the results flow naturally from identity, not struggle. This isn't laziness, it's precision. And if you're tired of forcing, pushing, and always feeling like you're one step behind, then keep watching. Because in this video I'm going to explore how to succeed at anything without trying. Not by quitting, but by shifting. And there are 5 key areas to cover. And by the end you'll understand why the less you try, the more life delivers. So let's start with the myth that effort equals results. You see, effort from the wrong state of consciousness keeps you stuck. When you try too hard to get something, you're unconsciously affirming that you don't already have it, that it's out there, far away, and separate from you. Neville Goddard said you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. And that one sentence destroys the whole self-help industry. If you want to be wealthy, but your identity is rooted in struggle, lack, or waiting, then no matter how hard you try, you're rejecting wealth through your state of being. Trying hard usually means trying from the wrong identity, the one that believes you're not already there yet. It's like trying to be confident while constantly checking if you look confident. It doesn't work. Confidence is something you assume, not something you perform. The same goes for love, health, success, or any goal. Trying places the desire outside of you. It becomes a chase, not a state. To succeed without trying, you stop reaching, and you start remembering. You become the version of yourself that has already arrived inwardly, and the world responds accordingly. When you truly believe that it's yours, you no longer feel the need to try. You simply live it. So true success isn't achieved, it's assumed. The moment you shift into the identity of someone who is already what they desire to be, the outer world has no choice but to reflect it. That's not positive thinking, it's the law of assumption. If you want to succeed in business, don't try to become a successful entrepreneur. Assume the identity of one. Feel the naturalness of that identity. Move from that state, speak from that state, and think from that state. Neville often asks his audience to play the part, not in the sense of pretending, but assuming the role so completely that the performance becomes a reality. Just like an actor who gets lost in a character, you get lost in the feeling of already being the person who succeeds. Olympic athletes don't visualize the starting line. They visualize the medal ceremony. They picture their arms in the air, the sound of the anthem, and the feeling of triumph. And why do they do this? It's because the mind doesn't know the difference between reality and imagination. Neither does your subconscious. You don't try to become that version, you assume you already are. That's the secret. The key here is subtlety. You don't need to scream this new identity to the world. You don't need to convince anyone. Just be it, quietly, powerful, and consistently. From that space, success is inevitable, because it's already true. So resistant is a silent killer of manifestation. It shows up as stress, overthinking, and second-guessing, constantly looking for results. And it always comes from one place, fear that it's not working. When you let go of fear, you stop trying and start allowing. Joseph Murphy taught that the subconscious doesn't take direction from words, it takes directions from feeling. And feelings of effort, struggle, and desperation are commands to the subconscious that says, I don't have it. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means giving up the tension, the need to control every outcome, the compulsion to act out of panic. Real power is silent, still, and sure. The most powerful moments in manifestation is often one where you do nothing. When you relax, breathe, and assume it's done. Not because you've seen proof, but because you felt the truth. You'll know when you've let go, when you feel peace about it. When you no longer care how and when it shows up, that's when it arrives. You can't fake letting go. You either believe it's done or you don't. And when you finally do, when you genuinely trust the process, the thing you wanted shows up, without warning, without resistance, and without effort. So one of Neville's most repeated teachings was living in the end. You see, most people live in the middle. In the trying, the hoping, the working towards. But to succeed without trying, you go straight to the end, and mentally dwell there. Don't visualize yourself getting a new job. Visualize yourself walking into your new office with your name already on the door. Don't imagine conversations where you're asking for opportunities. Imagine conversations where people are congratulating you on the outcome. This technique bypasses time, effort, and strategy. You skip the how and you move directly to the result. Here's a tip. Make your imaginal scene feel boringly normal. Not dramatic, not overhyped, just natural. If you want to manifest a new house, don't picture the completion day or the moment you get the keys. Instead, imagine brushing your teeth in the bathroom, making a coffee in the kitchen, folding laundry in the bedroom. These subtle moments ground the identity. It's not about feeling excited, it's about feeling at home. And that's how you live in the end. So nature doesn't try, it flows. Seeds don't hustle to become trees. The moon doesn't strive to pull the ocean. Everything in nature moves in harmony with its essence. When you do the same, success becomes effortless. This is the most misunderstood truth about manifestation. Ease is not the absence of action, it's the absence of resistance. When you stop trying, you stop sending mixed signals to the universe. You stop saying, I want this, but I don't believe I have it. You collapse the wave of doubt, and reality begins to take form. You may still need to take action, but it won't feel like effort. It will feel inspired, aligned, and natural. That's how successful people make it look easy. They're not lucky, they're not superhuman, they're just aligned. Their inner state matches their outer goals, so the world bends to meet them. This is why they can walk into a room and own it. They don't need validation, they don't push, they just are. That frequency, that calm, effortless certainty, is what the universe listens to. It moves in rhythms with it. So the more at ease you are, the more things fall into place without your interference. So for me, succeeding without trying isn't a cheat code, it's the original design. Trying is what you're taught. Allowing is who you are. When you stop trying, start assuming, release resistance, live in the end, and align with ease, you stop fighting life, and life stops fighting you. So if you're tired of chasing, forcing, and exhausting yourself, try this instead. Assume it's already yours. Act like it's already done. Live as success is your baseline, because it is. The ones who succeed at anything aren't doing more. They're simply not getting in their own way. And now neither are you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, leave me a comment. Always love hearing from you guys. If you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe and join this community of like-minded people. As always, thank you so much for your engagement and support. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye for now.